This video was made in partnership with The Daily Upside, a free daily newsletter written by humans instead of bots to keep you informed on the financial world. Click my link in the description to learn more. When I realized I would need money to get through life, I joined the army. That's a dramatic first step, I know, but we do what we gotta do. When I decided I needed more money, I learned how to invest in the stock market and sell options, and also sold my blood plasma. When I needed more money still, I made a YouTube channel to both entertain and educate. That all took a lot of work, so when I see people running certifiable Ponzi schemes and scams as a shortcut to wealth, built upon the backs of their gullible friends and family, I want to see them get destroyed. If you want to make cash fast, make an OnlyFans. But if you knowingly solicit victims into joining a Ponzi scheme, then you're a problem. In this video, I will scam the scammer. I will join a Ponzi scheme to hustle money from the perpetrator, collect evidence from the inside, and then snitch to the SEC and DOJ as I make my exit. Fortunately, this effort will be made significantly easier by the fact that my email inbox gets blown up by Chinese and Pakistani scammers almost daily. All it took for me to find my target to counterattack was to look through the last 24 hours of spam emails and pick one. That scammer was Ushdux Ushduhi, who slid into my email with promises of an exclusive and lucrative partnership. In case your gut doesn't already tell you that this is a scam, here's the SEC's list of red flags of a Ponzi scheme. We're already running a touchdown. But this Anna Orlando chick wants to talk on Telegram, a place where reliable business partners go to talk. So let's move it over. On Telegram, she tells me she likes my channel and wants me to advertise her own crypto project, which guarantees a 7% daily compound interest rate in all market conditions. Big red flag. And just to highlight how crazy this 7% daily compound return is, for every $100 invested, that's over $5 trillion in annual revenue. Every single person participating would have that much money after a year if this were a legitimate product. That is mathematically impossible since the entire market cap of crypto is like $2 trillion. After 3 years, the return would be an impossible $15 decillion. I had to look up the name for that 10th order number. The downline of referral bonuses looks like just the cherry on top. Why would I care about referral bonuses if I were making 7% a day? Really, it's just the way this scam propagates. There is no business here, it's just a reverse funnel system. Anna is undoubtedly perpetrating a scam. I want to rip her off. But as I work my solicitation and try to get her to give me some money, I noticed I have a second, very similar invitation in my spam folder. This one is allegedly a young European woman named Shirley Yang, aka Maria, from Tron 666666 at hotmail.com, who forgot to change her subject line from her other scam. With her fake company and address as cover, she wants to talk on WhatsApp where her name in Chinese is Manglu Zhong, which apparently means busy. On WhatsApp, she tells me about Wave Field Company and its guaranteed 6% daily interest for Tron depositors regardless of market conditions. This would turn $100 into a much more realistic $172 billion after a year versus Anna's promise of $5 trillion. Kind of crazy how much a difference that 1% actually makes. Then of course, there's the referral bonus and explanation of how beneficial it is to recruit more people, even though I'd be a billionaire in 8 months even if I recruited 0 people. And the very fun part, the website she directs me to is a complete clone of Anna's in all ways except the color scheme. Other than being a different shade of green, this is a carbon copy website. That got me thinking, are there more Tron scams in my inbox? These can't be the only 2, that's too much of a coincidence. After some keyword searching, I found that there were actually 3 more Tron scammers in my DMs. We've got Niu-Niu, aka Brave, K-Su, aka Miss Fengjehen, and my favorite, Kelly He Rachel, Julia Tim Sohn, and the best name ever, Stubbish Lydia. They all sent me the exact same message at the same time, and of course they're the same person. I'm going to talk to Stubbish Lydia because I love that name. And while talking with these other clowns, Valentina Vakrusheva, aka Mia Komobori, slid into my email and wanted to run the exact same Tron scam. So here's our harem. 6 Indian, Chinese, and Russian men disguised as European and Japanese women, all wanting me to invest in remarkably similar clones of a Tron Ponzi scheme. Let's rip them all off while gathering some info to report them all to the SEC. As we're about to see while I run train through these scammers, those of us seeking wealth will get hit with promises of shortcuts left, right, and center. But unfortunately, get-rich-quick schemes aren't the answer. The best way to invest responsibly is to learn your craft and stay informed on what's going on in the world of investing. But beware of the AI-written articles on Yahoo Finance or fear-mongering on Twitter. Instead, consider The Daily Upside, a refreshing and free financial newsletter written by former industry professionals. This newsletter doesn't use financial jargon to bog you down. Plain language and straightforward information is their way. While you have your morning coffee and prepare to lose money in the kangaroo market, Why not learn how the post-COVID reopening is sending foot traffic at coffee houses to record highs and record profits? Americans love their caffeine, and nothing is going to keep these revenues down. I didn't even know that Dr. Pepper and Keurig were the same company, and now it's on my watch list. Start your morning with the daily upside like me, and I guarantee you'll learn something new every time. Check out my link in the description to get on board. It's 100% free, and if you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe, no hard feelings. Up first, let's lay into Ana Orlando. Here's Ana. Allegedly she's Brazilian and likes to hang out in Paris. She wants me to make a video similar to this Hindi speaker using bot-driven views to hype his audience about Tron cloud mining. She wanted me to emphasize strongly that your ability to make money depends explicitly on how much people underneath you invest. In other words, she blatantly described a Ponzi scheme. Her website says it holds 74% of Tron's total supply, which is suspicious. I can make a promotional video for her in 30 minutes, and I wonder if by doing so, I could get her to prepay for a video that I'll never release. So I spent about 15 minutes accompanied by my very spoiled child eating cotton candy to make a dummy video to release to Ana. Still, it took some serious convincing to get her to pay for an actual video production. According to her, I was going to make so much money off referrals that I shouldn't even need to get paid. In fact, I should be paying her for the privilege. I do admit I got a little aggro when she told me my channel was not worth $200, but we managed to negotiate a $100 price tag, 50% paid up front, and the other 50% after I recruit 50 people into her Ponzi scheme. She did indeed send me 750 Tron, about $50, for me to release the production. I'll link that dummy video here for anyone curious. Also, if you see Ponzi schemers in your own inbox and want to send them this video to get them to prepay you, that's fine. You can pretend you're me and rip off some Ponzi boys, no big deal. We're on this vendetta together. Just make sure it's an actual Ponzi scheme first. Anyway, once Ana realized I was never going to release her Ponzi scheme advertisement to thousands of hungry Theta gangsters, she was less than pleased. This was a very bitter breakup. I tried to convince her that this was a Ponzi, and this idea about 7% daily compound interest is impossible, since that would mean having more money than exists in the world after 2 years. A common problem I find among Ponzi folks during this adventure, they just don't understand what daily compound interest actually means. So when you show them the math that they advertise, they think there's some mistake that you're making. Walls of text started coming in. Here's my favorite line as she accused me of not knowing what compound interest is. Don't make false propaganda. We want real propaganda. Apparently she's got multi-million subscriber channels working with her, so I don't know what she's so worried about. I was able to withdraw a daily 0.25 Tron from the platform for a few days, but since I didn't deposit more on day 3, my account got cancelled and I was unable to withdraw further. Anyway, total counter scam reward, 757 Tron, or about $51. One scammer down. Next, let's move on to Manglu Zhong, official marketing representative of MyTRX.com, which is owned by Techness, which is in turn owned by Intercontinental Exchange Group headquartered on Wall Street, a company and address which unfortunately do not exist. I explored Manglu's platform in another video I'll link here. It's basically a clone of Ana's but with some cosmetic changes, no surprise. I sought the same $100 arrangement with her as I had with Ana, but Manglu was not so easily deceived. Manglu insisted she would pay upfront completely, but she would only deposit into my account on MyTRX, not to my personal wallet to fund it myself. Damn it. I tried to deceive Manglu by photoshopping my own personal Tron address onto my account's deposit page, hoping she'd go all in, but she was slick. She deposited 5 Tron only and realized it did not appear as though I, in her downline, made a deposit. Therefore, she caught the scam right away with a loss of only 30 cents. But in one of the dumbest moves possible, she actually wanted to continue with me and added money to my account anyway when I sent her the real address. At the time, I thought she was just dumb. But after I started taking the maximum possible daily withdrawals for as long as the account stayed open, she realized I wasn't going to make a video for her. She called me out on the counter scam and threatened to sue. But here's what gets me. Manglu actually closed my account and boxed me out of the platform completely so that I couldn't withdraw any more of the money she deposited. My account was just gone. Side note, make sure when you open an investing account that someone representing the company can pull your money and disappear whenever they want to. That way, you know your investment is safe. I clearly underestimated the ways in which Ponzi schemes protect themselves, so this one is a bust. Total gain is 90 Tron, about $5.40. Let's put that failure behind us and put our crosshairs down on K-Su, aka Miss Feng Jihen. Apparently this translates to Windscar. It's freaking awesome. Much like Ana, Windscar wants me to create an account on Top TRX, which is just a clone of the others. She claims to be a formal representative of the site. To reinforce her claim that this is a serious offer, she sent me the company's articles of incorporation in the UK. I was skeptical that this company even exists, but I checked the articles of incorporation, and apparently this is a real company incorporated in 2018. But it has been dormant ever since, and its total net assets are £1 British. This conflicts with their claim that they gave me 10,000 Tron for signing up. It's about 600 times the liquidation value of the company. And it's problematic for their claim that they've already profited 29 billion Tron. If this were real, then Anna and Windscar's websites together already hold more than 100% of the total Tron in existence. So red flag. Despite my protest that this website is not legitimate, she insisted it was real and I should advertise it immediately. Don't worry about all these company papers, just invest. Sure, Miss Windscar, I'll advertise for you. For a price. Just like Anna, Windscar believed that my channel is simply not worth $200. So she offered me $100 with 25% paid up front, plus an extra 100 Tron worth about $6 so I could activate my account and start earning interest. Once I got my money, I told her I'm not making this video for her because she's working for a Ponzi scheme. I asked for her help reporting this company, but she got really mad and demanded her Tron back. She was going to lose it in the Ponzi anyway, and I can use this money better than her, so I told her I was keeping it. And then things got weird. Apparently taking this $30 of Tron without advertising her Ponzi scheme makes me human rubbish, unworthy of being called human. My head should roll into my mother's pocket, whatever that means, and she wishes death upon me. Very stressful breakup. After this conversation, I'm not really sure if these people are actually working for the company, or if they're just poor people pretending that they work for the company in order to get social media influencers involved. I feel pretty slimy after this discussion because I'm leaning toward this person being an impoverished Sri Lankan with no actual affiliation with the scheme. If that were the case, then this person would have lost all their money in the Ponzi scheme anyway, so at least I'm putting it to better use than they would have. And if they actually do work for the company, then I'm really glad that I ripped them off. So total gain, 504 Tron, about $30. Next onto the chopping block is Niu-Niu, aka Brave. Brave pursued the same playbook as the other chicks. Oh, I love your channel, let's do business, I'm a marketing agent. Okay, no surprise, Brave has me working with another Tron clone that's Tron.cm. The number of members and accumulated profit on the site is suspiciously similar to that on Anna's, despite me taking these screenshots a few days apart. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Brave's platform actually has additional offers, where you can earn up to 12% interest daily, so by far the most lucrative opportunity out there. According to her, the focus should be on the benefits to future generations if I invest now. If this 12% daily interest were real, that would be a 4 followed by almost 300 zeros in dollars in 16 years. That's somewhere between the theoretical numbers Google and a centillion, and it would belong to my daughter when she turns 18. Now bow to the future queen of the Laniakea supercluster. However, we must be aware that if you do not deposit every 3 days, your account disappears. Apparently, this is in order to ensure the orderly opening and closing of new accounts. In reality, it's preventing the user from ever withdrawing any money. You can only withdraw 5% of what you invest each day. Therefore, the maximum amount you can withdraw before your next bill is due is 15% of your last investment. There is mathematically no way to ever get your money back, let alone profit. I brought this thesis about intergalactic asset management to Brave and told her it was unlikely to play out as expected. She insisted I was mistaken and that I should make this video immediately. Okay, Brave, if you really want me to, let's do a $100 deal. Unfortunately, she was not convinced as easily as Anna and Windscar. Even after I showed her my similar creation for Anna, she only offered me 20 Tron to activate my account, or about $1.20. No matter how I prodded and pressed, this was all I was getting. 1 hour after she paid me $1.20, she got a little pushy and demanded a video immediately. But this was not worth my time. I was able to withdraw 2 cents per day from the account before it got closed due to not redepositing. Total gain, 15 Tron, just under $1. Waste of my time. We'll take that L and move on to Valentina Vakrusheva, aka Mia Komoberi, official marketing representative of TRXHR.com. This looks like a picture of my cousin, so it kind of threw me off. But this alleged Russian woman sent me the most poorly written white paper ever to demonstrate the validity of TRXHR.com. As her name might imply, Mia is a simple creature who was immediately intrigued when I sent her the dummy video I made for Anna, and she immediately approved a $100 payout, 25% upfront. I signed up to the website as agreed and contacted the support line just to see what happens. And I don't think customer support knew they were customer support. Once I was on, Mia sent me $25 of Tether, unexpectedly, but welcome. And then I asked her if she believes in ghosts, because she's about to meet one. Mia was a little upset. She told me to expect a letter from her lawyer. I tried to bait her into a phone call, but she wouldn't take it. I don't think I'm gonna get that letter either. Complete pushover, $25 gained uncontested. Last one, the babe with the best name ever, Stubbish Lydia. Lydia contacted me at the same time as Julia Timpson and Kelly Harachel, and no surprise they're the same person. And Kelly is also apparently named Emily. In any case, I like Stubbish Lydia's name the best, so I met her on WhatsApp. Lydia had me on new-trx.com, of course a clone of the others. But to make sure that I understood this was a legitimate opportunity, Lydia sent me a certificate, a top secret certificate, incorporating newtrx.com and its entrepreneur Justin Sun from the Japan Financial Services Agency. I have never in my entire life seen a top secret article of incorporation. And because this is so legit, we have no identifying numbers at all on this certificate, and there's a whole bunch of spelling and grammar errors. New TRX is allegedly on the 31st floor of this particular building in Chuo City, a ward of the Tokyo metropolis. Problem, however, is that I'm only counting 20 floors, so this is sus. But to reinforce her claim, she sent me this picture of a pyramid scheme just in case I was confused. What happens next is probably my favorite part of this entire thing. While I was busy hustling Lydia, she saw the video where I clowned Manglu Zhong's identical Ponzi scheme. Lydia thought it was an awesome video because I exposed a fraudulent Ponzi scheme. She insisted that Manglu's was a pirated version of Lydia's Ponzi scheme, and that Lydia's was the real one. Everything else was a fake copycat. She then described a Ponzi scheme to me in her own words, just so I knew that she knew what she was talking about. So rather than realize what I was doing, she encouraged me to continue working with her. At this point, I can't even feel bad for the lady. I didn't even bother with the website. I just went for the same playbook as prior. Since my channel is apparently worth $100, I ran the same request as I had prior. Send them the dummy video, ask 50% up front, let them talk me down to 25. In short order, Stubbish Lydia sent me 364 Tron, about $20. I told her that after further exploration, I couldn't support her pyramid scheme. And rather than threats of death, she threatened to press legal action. And honestly, I really hope I do get a letter from a fake Russian lawyer. But once I called her bluff, she just said it's not her, it's me, and broke up with me, and we went our separate ways. Total gain, 364 Tron, about $20. I thought this would be the end of the adventure, but I keep getting hit up every few days by another Tron scammer. My plan now is to keep siphoning money off these people for as long as Tron Ponzi schemes keep flowing. Counter-scamming the scammer will become part of my Freeloader challenge. So far, I've received another few dollars in Tron from AK, and I think I'll work out a deal with Tron 199 as well. All of these people, Anna, Lydia, and the rest, all promised me passive income for life, and I intend to receive that. I have this $105 in Tron in my Freeloader challenge crypto wallet, and I can stake it for something like 4 or 5% APR. Not 7% per day, but it will do. I'll stake it with Binance, I guess, since it's the only one I've ever heard of, and that ought to give me just a little extra money while I continue counter-scamming. Now to report this to the authorities. This is actually under the authority of the FBI's IC3 Center, not the SEC, so let's snitch. I sent my report to the FBI and noted all the scammers' websites and contact information. I doubt they'll do anything because financial crimes really only get pursued when a rich person loses money, but at least this will get recorded somewhere in the FBI's logs. As for Windscar's UK company, I made a formal complaint to the UK government using her personal information, and I think she might actually get a call. If she really is just some scrub and not an actual representative from the company, maybe she'll cooperate, and at the very least, maybe the company will get reprimanded or dissolved and thus diminish its validity to potential investors. Now that it's all said and done, I'm still not entirely sure who I just ripped off, and that causes me stress. I would be happy to rip off an actual Ponzi scammer, and I do think that Manglu and Stubbish Lydia are actually affiliated with the companies they represent. But these other ones? I think they were just poor people pretending to represent the company so that they can convince YouTubers to make content for them. Why else would Windscar be that pissed over $30? I'm conflicted on if this was the right or wrong thing to do, but these people were lying to me about who they were in the first place, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Besides, I can use this money better than they can. I did make some money off of these scammers, so my goals were partially met. However, these scammers do click on any links I send them, including MP4 files. I'm going to review the methods of skilled counter-scammers like Pierogi of YouTube channel Scammer Payback. Although I am a novice at this, perhaps I can go further with my counter-scamming and thus improve my Freeloader challenge returns. Let's keep this income flowing, and I look forward to the next counter-scam. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.